Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I want to speak more about my thoughts to make a better world, a better society. In the US, we have a serious problem with our elections. We're more or less constricted to a two-party system. A two-party system. And that isn't good enough. We know in smaller democratic countries, they have more than two parties. The US technically has more than two parties, but there are rules set that kind of keep them on the boundaries so they don't get in, and it ends up only being Democrat Republican. We need more than the two parties. France, Great Britain, um, these other less populous democratic countries, they've got multiple parties, more than two, three, four, five, six. Yet we have multiple times their population, and we're given two parties to choose from. Like that's all the populace knows. That's the only false ideas of politics that exist, apparently. And again, I've said there are other parties, technically, Greens, Libertarians. There's a whole host of them, actually. But they're always kept from really getting their word out, from being seen in a competing light with the Democrats and Republicans, so that all we know is Democrat, Republican. It needs to change. We need more viable parties that are given more of a platform so that there are more requirements to work together, to form coalitions, to have to um, put aside what they want for the better good. Right now, with just two parties, the uber rich just here's you some cash, bunch of hundreds. Yeah, it's really ridiculous. There needs to be more parties, there needs to be better restrictions on um, lobbying and lobbying groups. I think we should also switch to a ranked choice system where you see all the candidates and choose them in order that you prefer. And that's how we get the candidate, because the votes are looked at who ranks who, and whoever gets the most the most first place votes is chosen. But instead, it's just we've got Democrat, we got Republican. Occasionally, you'll see a third party, usually a libertarian, on there. Like, I think it was, yeah, Tuesday's elections in Virginia and Pennsylvania. There was McAuliffe and there was Youngkin, the Democrat and Republican. But there was also a libertarian. I think it was a libertarian. It said LP. So I'm assuming that was Libertarian Party. But yeah, it's it's ridiculous. If we have ranked choice voting and multiple parties, there will be a better formation and better choice of who can get elected. But yeah, but whoever gets the most first place choices and second place in the orders of who gets what places, then they are the one chosen instead of, Democrat or Republican, pick a side because the rich are going to buy them off anyway. But yeah, as I said, that's also something we need to jump into: lobbying reform and lobbyist reform. Because Kristen Sinema made all these promises when she was running for the Senate, was sounding wonderful. But now it's looking like she's trying to open up her pocketbook to get a job as a lobbyist and make the big bucks. There needs to be a restriction on former politicians becoming lobbyists. We see that a lot, and it needs to end. There needs to be a ban or a tracking on dark money so we know where it's coming from. It shouldn't be blocked from the voters. But yeah, that's some things I'd like to see America adopt. Multiple parties, lobbying reform, and ranked choice voting. I think that would help make a more ideal country, solve a lot of the problems. But yeah, that'll be the end of this episode. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite the sources. I will try to get some links put in the description below the video. Remember, those who work with the public, show them some common courtesy. Be nice, because you never know when it may be you that needs the help. And plus, we'd work a little better if we treated everyone a little nicer. But I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.